Is the mic working? Today it is very cold. The temperature is plus 14 degrees and it is quite windy. We are back again. 1, 2, 3. And let's hit the road together. Europe, Asia, Australia, North America, South America, Antarctica, Africa. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Matthews, aka Matthew08 from Zambia. If you are new, I would like to say thank you very much. And if you are a returning viewer, I really appreciate that you always come back to my channel because your support is something that I cherish each and every day. Yes, today's temperature is plus 14 degrees. It is autumn, it is fall. Depends on who taught you English, or depends on the English which you use. Without wasting much of your time, in the previous video I talked about the decree that the president of Russia signed to those people who want to move to Russia, because it is dependent on some laws or some rules that are imposed in certain countries. They are called, neoliberal rules. So the president of Russia signed that those people who feel like such kind of rules are being imposed on them, they can move to Russia outside the quota. What do I mean by saying that? Meaning you can come to Russia without having the knowledge of Russian language, Russian history, and other things. And the list of those countries of people who can move to Russia is finally out. I was just checking yesterday and I found out that they have released the list of those countries who are able to move to Russia of outside the quota. Or outside the quota, it simply means that you can apply for temporary residence, or you can apply for a Russian visa, which is for 3 months, without having the knowledge of Russian language, Russian history, and other things. I think there are quite a number of people who are interested to know about this new decree and which countries are on the list. My job is just to disseminate, to share information to those people who might be interested, because there are other people who might want to to move, and other people are going to call me that I'm being paid to do such kind of a video. No, why am I doing this video? Because I know I'm here because someone shared information with me. I'm here in Russia because someone gave me information that no, you can apply for a scholarship to Russia through this program. So if you are interested in doing that, well, I wish you all the best. And let's just go into this decree. We check out what are some of those countries which are on the list. If you did not watch my previous video, let's just do a recap of what this decree says. Russia will provide assistance to any foreign who want to escape the neoliberal idea being put forward in their countries and move to Russia. Under this document, such foreign nationals will have the right to apply for temporary residence outside the quota approved by the Russian government, and without providing documents of confirming their knowledge of Russian language, Russian history, and basic laws. So this is the law or the decree that was pronounced by the president of Russia before, and they promised that they're going to release a list of countries who they consider that they are enforcing or forcing such kind of laws to the people. And this is now the newly released list, and here it says, in accordance with the paragraph of the decree of the president of Russian Federation number 702 dated 19 August 2024 on the previous of the humanitarian support to persons sharing traditional Russian spiritual and moral values to approve the attached list of foreign states and territories implementing policies imposing destructive neoliberal ideological attitudes that contradict traditional Russian spiritual and moral values. Hence, this order shall enter into force from the date of its official publication, meaning a few days ago this decree was publicized or published, and the list of those countries which are going to apply for temporal residence outside the quota is below. Let's just scroll down and see which these countries. So just keep your finger crossed. This is the first page. Now we are going to the second page, because the decree contains 3 pages and a list of foreign states and territories implementing policies that impose destructive neoliberal ideological attitudes that contradict traditional Russian spiritual and moral values. So these are some of the countries they are considering, and they are inviting citizens from those countries to apply for temporary residence. We've got here Australia, we've got Austria, we've got Albania, we've got Andorra, we've got the Bahamas, Belgium, Bulgaria, and the United Kingdom, including the crown possessions of the British Crown, British overseas territories. Britain has got even other islands outside UK, hence all are included in this. Apart from that, we continue our list. There is Germany, there is Greece, there is Denmark. Here it was supposed to be Ireland. Now it's like Irish, so the Irish here it is Ireland. We've got Iceland, we've got Spain, we've got Italy, we've got Canada, we've got Cyprus. All these countries considered that they're imposing certain values on people, and if you feel like you want to move to come to Russia, well, feel free to do that. Me, I'm just sharing information that I acquired. We've got Latvia, there is even here Lithuania. People, I think these countries mostly they can come here on visa free, if I'm not mistaken. There is even Liechtenstein, we have got Luxembourg, and we've got Malta as well, or Malta, I don't know how you pronounce it. Some of these countries I'm hearing them for the very first time. In my opinion, I can say that most of these countries are based in Europe. We've got Micronesia, so even people from there they can apply. We've got Monaco, we've got Netherlands, we've got New Zealand, we've got Norway, we've got Poland, Portugal, even Republic of Korea is here. We've got Romania, we've got San Marino, and we've got Northern Macedonia, Singapore. Wow, it's quite a long list. I'm expecting to see a list like a country from Africa. We've got Slovenia and the mighty United States of America. So citizens from United States of America, they can also apply for this temporary residence, or they can apply for the private visa that they can come, which you need no invitation. There is even Taiwan, brackets, there is Ukraine, there is Finland, there is France, there is Croatia, there is Montenegro, there is Czech Republic. This is just a long list of countries that indeed they will be able to move or to come to Russia freely, provided they've got all the necessary documents. We've got Switzerland here, we've got Sweden, we've got Estonia, and Japan is the last country of all the list that is here. So if you've counter-checked the list and you've been wishing to move or to come to Russia, well, this is your chance and an opportunity that has presented itself to you. Make sure you've got all the necessary documents. Make sure you get ready, and it is quite what can I say? I don't even know what to say, because I was expecting to see maybe an African country on this list. Unfortunately, there is no African country. And what do you need to do if your country is on that list? The simplest thing that you need to do is to go to the consular in your country. You can apply for 3 months private visa. That's what you can do. And you might be even be wondering, thinking, do I need an invitation from someone from Russia or what? There is no invitation that is needed. All you need to do is to go to your consular, you fill out the form and you wait for the 3 months private visa for you to come to Russia. That is the first step that you need to do. Another thing is, maybe if you want to move with your family, I know there are other people who've got families, maybe 3 people, 5 people, 6 people. What you are supposed to do is each and every of your family member has to apply for the private visa, meaning if you're five people have to apply for the private visa on their own, which is a good thing, such that each and every person has got their documents. So that's one thing that you also need to notice. If you are a family, each person is going to apply for the private visa. When you get your 3 months private visa, you come to Russia. That is the time for you now to start the process to apply for the temporary residence. I remember I did a video on how to apply for a temporary residence. If you're interested, you want to know the process, you can go back and check my old videos. You are going to find that video. And applying for a temporary residence here in Russia, for me, it is, I remember when I went there, they told me that I need to wait for 38 working days. Even me, I'm still waiting because I applied somewhere there end of July. So I'm waiting for that temporary residence that I applied for. So during that period, you have to make sure that you do everything on time. And don't worry about when you come to this place your visa expires, because when you apply for that, meaning you'll be waiting for your temporary residence. Even if your visa expires, you won't be deported out of Russia because you'll be waiting for your temporary residence. And make sure when you are coming, you do all the necessary documents, like you get your criminal record, you do your medical test. Mostly, I remember when I was coming, I did the medical test for TB, tuberculosis. I did the medical test for HIV and other things. So those are the main things that you need to do when before you even come, because it is quite hectic if you don't do those things. But even here in Russia, you will be obliged to do the medical tests. What are some of the benefits when you get the temporary residence? Meaning you are able to apply for a job in any company. You are able to get medical assistance in any clinic, because sometimes it is very difficult as a foreigner who is in Russia to find a job, like an official job, because I even sometimes when you apply for jobs, they'll always tell you that no, we are only looking for people with a Russian passport, or if you've got temporary residence. That's why at the moment it is very difficult. But once you get that temporary residence, you are going to have access to so many things. Healthcare, you can find a job, you can apply for a job. If you are a profession, you are a doctor, you are an engineer, you are an architect, you are an ITian, you are all those different professions, you'll be able to apply for a job. So those are some of the benefits that you are going to get, or that you are going to acquire once you get the temporary residence. Because everyone, when you move to a new country, what you want is to find a stable job. Meaning with that, you'll be able to find a stable job, you start providing for your own family. Another important thing that you need to bear in mind is when you come to Russia, you need to find a place, so a definite
address or an apartment where you are going to have, you know, a registered address, and the person who is renting to you has to provide an address like where you'll be living for you to apply for the temporary residence. Because when you're applying for the temporary residence, you have to provide your passport, your medical exams, your criminal record, and even the address of the place where you are living or staying, because that is one of the requirements. So don't forget about that. Find a definite address where the owner of the apartment or the owner of the place is going to register on behalf of you, and when that time comes, you'll be able to apply without any complications.
Yeah, that is just what I wanted to share with you, because they say that, you know, sharing is caring, meaning I also care about you, my viewers, that you always come back to my channel. And I hope and trust that this video has been quite informative. You have learned one or two things about how to get to Russia if your country is on that list, and what are some of the processes that you need to do. So just go to your consular, you apply. If you are 5 in your family, you need to apply for, no, you need to apply separately. And if you want to support this channel, the only thing that you can do is to subscribe, like, share, and if you want to go an extra mile, you can join the YouTube membership community or buy the super thanks stickers. It will help this channel to grow. Otherwise, thank you very much. I always appreciate the love that you've been showing from the time I started. If you have got any questions, if you've got anything that you would like to find out, sure, please follow me on Instagram or Facebook. That's where we can get chatting, sharing, knowledge sharing, ideas on how to go about it. I'll see you in my next video. It was your boy Matthews, aka Matthew08 from Zambia. Peace, much love.